I want to look at this graph to examine the way it suggests potential market manipulation. Again, I don't want to say this is what happened for sure. Obviously, I don't know. But there are numbers here that suggest this may have happened. Because the computer and the algorithm can handle 30 minutes, certainly 30 minutes worth of orders, it can prognosticate which way the market is going to move, which way it can make the market move if it does this quickly, and if it can if it can post these market prices or these prices. So you know, it's my opinion that this area right here, the first 30 minutes, is always market manipulation, more or less, because they're handling with all the opening orders they had. They've arranged them in a way, the market maker has arranged it in a way that's best going to benefit the company, right? So this is market manipulation. That's why you get, you know, 17,000 sold right off the bat. Then you get 2,000. Well, that's normal. That's can be normal. That's kind of a high order here, but that still might be normal. Now, the rest of this is normal, I think. See? This is natural momentum. Watch. 300. Okay, that's a big order, but it's still, that's a big order, but you got 300, 200, 300, to 100. These are orders that have actually, you know, I just don't see this as manipulation. I don't see it as stockpiling in order to 100, 200, 100. Now see what happens here. 15,000 shares are traded right here, either bought or sold. I think they're bought by the market maker. Now, not all of them, okay, but maybe 10,000 of this is bought by the market maker. And this, I think, is just an individual order, individual maybe. Now that's kind of big. Let's say maybe 5,000 of these are bought by the market maker. And look at this, another 10,000 one, another 10,000 one, 12,000. So 10, 5, let's go 7, 7, you know, that's about 30,000 right there. 29 to 30,000 shares bought by the market maker, okay? Now when you watch this happen, what are you thinking? Why would a market maker be buying these huge shares when it's low like this? It's kind of tricky because you don't know whether they bought or sold, but they're either going to make this thing go up or down, right? And look. Boom, 7,300 are sold right there. And even if they sell, say this one right here, they still stand to make what, 3-4 cents on a share? Okay. And this happens in minutes. So now that's 7,300. You can tell the volume down here. This is what I'm looking at. Okay. Now it goes up 20, then it just skyrockets from there to 25,000 are sold up here. Now 25 plus 7, if you want to say roughly, because not all of these are going to be owned by the market maker for this 5 minutes, but that's around 30,000 we might say that the market maker may have. And we noticed that around here 30,000 shares maybe we're going to get soaked up by the market maker. So I'm saying they bought, realizing that they had a market order up here that they could legitimately get that price to jump up here. So they bought here and then they sold right here for what, I think around a 10-cent profit for each share. Now let's take a look at this. I don't really want to speculate on that, but let's look at this right here. You notice down where it says volume, 10,000 shares are traded. Now I can tell in retrospect, because of this, that they were probably bought by the, let's just say, just for sake of illustration, because again, I don't know how many exactly are bought by the market trader here, but let's just say that they bought 10,000, okay? And they can tell because they're the ones in charge of the order. Now when I mean they, I mean the computer. The computer is programmed to do this. The computer that handles your order when you place an order through your broker house. And now look at, I'll show you a list of broker houses, but they could be X-Trade or Scottrade or Ameritrade or Option House or Schwab, you know, whatever, Charles Schwab. They get the orders, they can manipulate it, and they can do it as long as they play fair with the orders they have. And as long as they allow the actual price they mark to reflect the actual price that's in the market, I mean, that's out there from NASDAQ or stock exchange, the American Stock Exchange. So, but you know, somebody, I think the market maker here, let's just suppose, gets 10,000. and they can tell 20 to 30 minutes in advance what's going to happen because they're manipulating the price. Look, right, we find it right there. Notice what was sold, 10,900. Okay. Now, if they were able to do that, then they got right there about I would say a 9 cent profit for each share. So I'm suggesting this. I'm trying to make sense why at the top of these peaks, all right, you get 22,000 trades being traded, shares being traded. You can see the volume there, and then right at the bottom, why just 800? So what happened here? That could maybe they sold off their shares because they were collecting them all along the way here. So in other words, they might have bought 10,000 here, and then right here they might have bought another 10,000 because they knew that they were eventually going to be able to get right here and to sell both for 20,000, you know, the 20,000 shares off. And now we're talking of maybe a profit of you know, 20 cents, 10 cents for 20,000. For 10,000 shares, 20 cents for the other 10,000. That's incredible. And but why? How else can we explain at these peaks, 22,000 trades happening? That means you have 22,000 buyers, and then it just poof, and then it plateaus right here. I mean, if you actually have 22,000 buyers happening right here, this stock needs to keep on going up. But what if it's all manipulation? So I think this is an example of artificial manipulation. This right here, it's legitimate, but they're arranging and handling the orders in order for them to make the most of the stuff they are buying right now. Now, by again they, I mean the computer.